Hello, hockey fans, and welcome to NHL Draft Pros. On today's video, we're going to do something a little different, something that's going to be really fun, actually, an NHL Draft Tier List. So we're going to rate the first round prospects for the 2025 NHL Draft class into tiers. So stick around because this is going to be a lot of fun. And if you want to see some scouting reports and highlight videos on some of these prospects, head over to NHL Draft Pros on YouTube or click on the avatar to get to my channel. And if you're a fan of hockey, please subscribe. We're approaching 12,000 subscribers, so help me get to that goal. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so with this tier list, we're going to go from S to superior, A excellent, B really good, C good, and D not bad as our tier list. And I'm basically going to use my rankings to do this tier list. So the first round rankings is going to be used. And obviously, we're going to start off with Matthew Schaefer. And check out these numbers. 22 points in 17 games as a defenseman in the OHL. He's 6'2", almost 190 pounds. And let me tell you something. He can motor down the ice. This kid can fly. He's a great skater, good defensively, has some offensive upside. So yeah, I got him as my number ranked prospect, and he's going to go in the superior tier list, number 1. Next, Michael Misa, who plays for the Saginaw Spirit. He had 134 points in 65 games. Wow. He's 6'1", 190 pounds, and he's obviously another offensive juggernaut that played in the OHL. And let me tell you something. He checks off all the boxes when it comes to hockey player. Yes, he's got speed, skill, hands, shot, passing. He's got it all. So I'm going to put him at the top of the list with Matthew Schaefer. Moving on from the NCAA, James Haggins, the top-rated U.S. prospect in this draft. 33 points in 33 games, playing for Boston College. 5'10", 176 pounds, a little bit on the smaller side for a centerman. The kid's got some skill, hockey IQ off the charts, some great hands. He really did some great things in the NTDP last year and broke the record for U18 points for Team USA last year. So yeah, you know what? The skill level's there. Had a decent season. We're looking for a little bit more. So I'm going to put him in the next tier at the A level. All right, Porter Martone, another player from the OHL, played for Brampton. 98 points in 57 games. Wow. 6'3", almost 200 pounds. He's a winger. And let me tell you something. Again, another player with high hockey IQ, high skill level. Might be the best stick handler in this draft. Just the hands, the mitts, as they say. He is really, really good. And he's a big kid at 6'3", right? So you like to see that. And that shot, not too shabby, eh? Yep, Porter Martone. We'll put him in the A tier as well. Excellent player. Next on my list is Anton Frondell, the top Swede, in my opinion, in this draft. He had 25 points in 29 games playing in the Allsvenskan, the second division men's league in Sweden. 6'1", 200 pounds. He's another player with a lot of skill. I like his game. He one of the best one-timers in this game. He can shoot a puck, let me tell you something. Yeah, there's a lot of good shooters in this draft. He may be at the top of the list. Hard to say. There's a few other ones, though. I'll get into that later. But yeah, Anton Frondell, you can't go wrong with a big forward like him who's got some really good skills. So I'm going to put him in the A tier as well. Next on my list, we got Caleb Desnoyers, the French-Canadian player who had 84 points in 56 games in the Q, 6'2", almost 180 pounds. And this is a kid who plays a 200-foot game. He's really, really good, covers all three zones well, sees the ice well. Look at that pass right there. Yeah, you see the hockey IQ, that patience. Caleb Desnoyers got that in spades. And he's having himself a really good playoff run right now. Absolutely dominating. So that might help his stock. And so I put him in the A tier as well. And we have some pretty decent talent in this draft, to be honest with you, especially at the top of the list. All right, moving on. Victor Eklund. He plays with Anton Frondell in Djurgårdens, and he had 31 points in 42 games playing in the Allsvenskan. 5'11", 160 pounds. I think he's a little bit heavier than that, but he might be the hardest working player in this draft. Like that dog in him, he does not stop when he's on the ice. The kid just skates and skates and skates. He hunts down pucks like no one else, and he's got a decent shot. Look at that one right there. Yeah, so you know what? I really like Victor Eklund. He's the brother of William Eklund from San Jose. So you know the bloodlines run deep in hockey. And we'll put him in the B category. So moving on in my rankings, I got Roger McQueen. Was hampered with a back injury all season. Ended up with 20 points in 17 games, which is really good. But he's 6'5" and almost 200 pounds. And he's another player with a lot of skill. And so when you're that big and you got some skill, yeah, you're gonna be high up on the radar, I guess, for NHL GMs. But look at that. See that? That takes a lot of skill, and to be able to pull that off in a game full speed, yep. Roger McQueen, that's why he's highly rated. Now, the back injury can cause some concerns for sure, but in terms of skill, Roger McQueen, we'll put him in the B section. Really, really good player. Next on the list is Jake O'Brien, another highly skilled player that plays out of the OHL for Brantford. 98 points in 66 games. He's 6'2", 172 pounds, so a little bit on the smaller side, but he has some skill. Now, this is a player who's very cerebral. He is a great, great playmaker. Had 67 assists on the season. So you know what? He can see the ice really well, really passes it nicely. But look at his shot. Not bad, eh? Not bad. Yeah, so Jake O'Brien, we'll land him in the B tier as well. Moving on. The first defenseman or the second defenseman on the list, and that is Jackson Smith out of Tri-City in the Dub. 54 points in 68 games as a defenseman. Very, very nice numbers right there. And he's 6'3" and 190 pounds. And he's a really, really good skater, and you'll see it in the clips coming up. But yeah, he moves along the ice really well. Maybe a little bit more upside you'd like to see out of him, but for the most part, he's got a really good overall game. Defensively, there are some things that he needs to work on, but for the most part, when you talk about, great skater, some offensive upside, yeah, Jackson Smith is at the top of the list. So we'll put him in the B tier as well. Moving on, another player of the Dub, Lyndon Lakovic, 58 points in 47 games. He's 6'4", 185 pounds, can play the center or the wing. Yeah, he's got a lot of skill as well for a big kid. And he can shoot a puck. Another player with probably one of the better shots in this draft, but also some skill. Sees the ice really well. I like his game overall. I have him higher than some of the pundits out there, but you know what? I like him, but I'm going to drop him into the C category or tier for this list. Next on the list is Radim Murtka, the big D out of Seattle in the Dub, 6'6", and 198 pounds. And yeah, he's a pretty mobile D. Came over from the Czech Republic, played the early part of the season in the top men's league there in the Czech, but came over to the Dub and actually did really well. Like I said, those 35 points in 42 games is a testament to, some of his skill. I wouldn't consider him an offensive defenseman, but he's definitely caught the eye of a lot of public rankings. So I got him in the C tier as well with Lyndon Lakovic. Next on the list, Brady Martin out of the Sioux Greyhounds, 72 points in 57 games. He's 6 feet, almost 180 pounds. He's another player with a lot of dog in him. He loves to fly around the ice and use his body. A very physical player, Brady Martin, but has some skill as well. And he's going to be playing on the U18 Team Canada. So I'm going to want to see how he does there. That U18 tournament really helps some of the prospects go up or down in the rankings. So I'm hoping to see a big tournament from him, but he's on the C tier of my list. Moving on, Justin Carbonneau, another player of the Q, 89 points in 62 games. Wow, 6'1", 192 pounds, and he's a winger, and he's another player that has tremendous skill. He flies around the ice and has some really nice hands and a nice shot. Obviously, in this clip here, you can see him wire puck there. Wow. So yeah, you know what? He's one of the top prospects. I'd say, he kind of bounces in and out near the top 10, but I like him at this point, and I have him at the C tier on my list. Next, Keyshawn Aitchison, the defenseman, plays for the Barrie Colts in the OHL, 59 points in 64 games. Yeah, he's a defenseman, almost a point a game as a defenseman. 6'2", 196 pounds. Wow. Big kid, big shot. Has like 5 overtime goals or something like that. Like, yeah, he's a gamer. Let me tell you something. He's got a little edge to his game too. A little mean streak, I guess you could say. Not afraid to get under the other team's skin. And a shot, obviously, when you get 26 goals as a defenseman, not too shabby. Look at this one-timer. Oh, yeah. Keyshawn Aitchison, he's on the C tier list. Moving on, Carter Bear plays in the Dub. 82 points in 56 games. 6 feet, 176 pounds. He's another one that really buzzes around the ice and has some offensive upside. Now, unfortunately, cut his Achilles right near the end of the season. And I think that might affect his overall draft stock. Unfortunately, those are tough injuries to bounce back from, but he is a very skilled player. And he's going to be on the C list as well. Next is Logan Hensler, the defenseman out of the NCAA. 12 points in 29 games, 6'2", 196 pounds, and he's a right shot D. And if you watch my channel, you know that the NHL love right-handed D. Now, he didn't put up the numbers that we were expecting this season in the NCAA. Last year at the NTDP, he had pretty good offensive numbers, but this year not so much. But overall, though, as a defenseman, he skates really well. He covers his position really well too. So you know what? I got him as a D tier on this list for first rounders. Next is Malcolm Spence, the Erie Otter player who has 73 points in 65 games, 6'3", 200 pounds. He's another one that has a little bit of a mean streak in him, and I love his game. And he'll crash that net all day long. Look at this one. Joins the rush, buries it into the empty netter. But yeah, he's got some nice scoring touch too, in and around the net. He's that kind of player that can, not afraid to hit those dirty areas, I guess you could say. So Malcolm Spence, he's in the D list as well. Next, we got Ben Kindle, one of the most dynamic and skilled players in this draft. 99 points in 65 games, unreal. Problem is he's a little bit small, 5'10", 176 pounds. But in terms of skill, yeah, he's got some hands. Watch this goal here. Watch this. Oh, that breakaway. Wow. Ben Kindle just deked this goalie out. Like, look at the hands. Look at the hands. I'm in awe of this clip right here. But in terms of, like, say, offensive upside, yeah, Ben Kindle, if he was a little bit bigger, probably go higher. But because of his size, drops a little bit. So he's on the D tier on this list. Next, Braden Coots. 63 points in 60 games. He's 5'11", 183 pounds. So a little bit on the smaller side, I guess you could say, again, for a centerman. The captain of the Seattle team in the Dub. And yeah, he's got a shot. Let me tell you something. And pretty good worker too, I guess you could say. Like, really good, responsible two-way player. So he's on the D tier of this list. Next, Blake Fiddler, another player out of the Dub, 33 points in 64 games as a defenseman, 6'4", 210 pounds. Wow. And he's a right shot D. And yes, he's an American playing in the Dub, but let me tell you something. He's got some skill right near the end of the season there. He kind of went on a little bit of a tear in terms of points, but look at this shot. This is the defenseman. Watch this. Boom. Wow. Yeah, so there's some untapped potential in Blake Fiddler. He's on the D tier for this list as well. Next, Colin Potter plays in Arizona in the NCAA. 21 points in 32 games. Really, really good. He's a younger 2007 NCAA player. 5'10", 172 pounds. Might be one of the best skaters in this draft. He can absolutely wheel on the ice. This kid can go 0 to 100 real quick, let me tell you. And he had some nice offensive numbers, like I said, in the NCAA. So, yeah, I got him as a D-tiered player on my list. All right, moving along. Now, the next two I would consider honorable mentions. So I kind of put them in here I would probably end it with Cullen Potter in terms of the tier list, but I'm going to add Cameron Reid, plays for the Kitchener Rangers in the OHL, 54 points in 67 games. He's 6 feet, 175 pounds. So a little bit smaller, I guess you could say, for a defenseman, but he does have some skill. And you see it in this clip right here. Like, he's got those hands, that shot. Problem, like I said, a little bit small, but for the most part, a pretty decent player overall. So I got him as an honorable mention on my D tier list. And the last player that I have as an honorable mention is Cameron Schmidt. He started off the season on a tear, had 78 points in 61 games. But look at the height, 5'7", 5'8", so a little bit on the shorter size. But this kid has one of the best shots in this draft. And yeah, he's got some wheels too. Look at this goal right here. So Cameron Schmidt, he's going to finish off my tier list for this video. But there you have it, my 5 tiers for the first round. And the rest kind of fall in the end of the first or second round. So I didn't really know where to put them, so I kept them off. But here it is in writing, the tier list. We got Schaefer and Misa in the S or superior tier list. Hagens, Martone, Frondel, Desnoyers in A. Eklund, McQueen, O'Brien, Smith in B. Lakovic, Murtka, Martin, Carbonneau, Aitchison, and Bear in C. Hensler, Spence, Kindle, Coots, Fiddler, Potter, Reed, and Schmidt in my last tier for this video. And that is it. So please, like I said, if you're a hockey fan, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. And as always, we'll see you soon. Cheers.